File 7A. Listening.
And now on to last night's TV. The highlight for me was a new series on Channel 4 called The Unteachables. It's a kind of reality show that aims to find out if it's really true that there are pupils who cannot be taught. Last night we were introduced to the pupils. There are 16 of them altogether, and they're all 14 years old. They've all been expelled from schools at least once, and their teachers think they're impossible to teach. Watching the pupils on last night's programme, it isn't hard to see why. We see the group during their introductory weekend at the study camp, when they meet each other for the first time. At one point, one of the boys warns that he might set fire to the building. You couldn't imagine how their teacher was going to teach them. And that's where 40-year-old Philip Beadle comes in. Beadle used to be a rock musician, but he gave up music at the age of 32 to become a teacher. Since then, he has had a very successful career in education. His greatest achievement was when he worked at a school in the centre of London, where there were a lot of problems. He worked really hard, and he got the best English results that the school had ever seen. All of his class passed their exam, half of them with top marks. But let me get back to the programme. In Beadle's first class, he manages to help the pupils learn to trust him by playing a game with the children. In the game, Beadle and the pupils point at each other and say an insult. This might not seem very educational, but Beadle had the attention of all the pupils, and everybody was taking part. And that was the aim of the game. You might think that Beadle's teaching methods are quite unusual, and you'd be right. At one point on last night's programme, he took the pupils to the countryside. They found a field with cows in it, and he made them read poems and plays by Shakespeare to the cows. Remember that these are children who refuse to read in front of other people in a classroom. In another scene, they are in a different field, learning about punctuation. Beadle teaches this by moving about the class and shouting the names of the types of punctuation. The pupils learn by copying him, and it looks like great fun. By the end of the first episode, the pupils are starting to accept their new teacher. Some of them even say he's all right. I really enjoyed The Unteachables, and I really want to know what happens next. If, like me, you are fascinated by the experiment, you'll watch the next episode at the same time next Wednesday. Personally, I can't wait.